Now, I did a post, oh, I don't know, a couple years ago, I think, where I talked about my stabilizing mechanism. And I actually do keep it, like I have it here in my planner, like right there. I have like my little, you can see it. That's my stabilizing mechanism. So whenever I'm having like an off day or I'm just feeling really frustrated, I look at that and it's basically just right here on the screen. And this is something that I've put together where I acknowledge if I do all these things, typically I'm fine. If I don't do these things, then I find that I'm a little off. In fact, I was chatting with a friend today who has been sick, not feeling very well. And she's like, yeah, I've been a little off on eating my gluten-free food, so I'm not feeling really well today. And I completely understand. It's like sometimes we just get a little off. And so then when you have maybe a wake-up call and you think, oh, wow, I need to get back on that and take care of myself in that way so I can feel balanced and I can be present and be available for everyone. I spent a lot of years pushing myself beyond my limits, thinking that I was being compassionate and helpful, when really I was just depleting myself and getting to the point where I wasn't serving anybody. And so I hear a lot of people who will say things like, I have no time to rest ever. I only get a few hours of sleep. I work all day. I never have downtime. I never get to read. I never exercise. Almost like, a badge of honor or feeling almost like a victim. And I understand the pressure that comes from. I mean, Eric and I had years where literally we weren't even going to Taco Bell. We weren't spending any money. We were just trying to save and figure things out. And we were like, we just have so much to do. And we had children and responsibilities. But when you think that you can work 80 hours a week, 100 hours a week, and you can move out of it faster, it actually doesn't work that way. We need to be able to take care of our health. Greg McEwen, who wrote the book Essentialism, talks about protecting the asset. Okay, we're going to protect the asset. So what we've done here, I'm just going to walk through what the stabilizing mechanism looks like. Again, you can print it off from your home base, or we can put even the PDF right here. And I think, Taryn, I think you have the links, but I'll put that link here in the Zoom chat if you want to share that in Facebook as well. So this is that stabilizing mechanism. So for me, it's like sleep. It's scripture study. You can have, any uplifting material you want to read, or maybe there's videos or podcasts or something like that. This little arrow stands for prayer, healthy food, water, if I forget to drink water, time with loved ones. This includes like quiet time, just to have time alone with my husband. We have to actually like make dates now, like during the day. We're just talking. No one's going to come talk to us. Getting a shower. This one up here is, exercise. Those are weights. I think I have a rollerblade here because I love rollerblading. Then having this mood log, the little happy face, frowny face. I do this mood log. I'll show you how I do it real quick if you guys want to see. Actually, I'll show you in a second. Mood log, sunshine, just getting outside, how good that is for us. Calling a friend, reading a good book, time to think. Okay, like scheduling that, and having a really doable task list. I find if my task lists start getting longer, like yesterday it was too long and I was just feeling it on my shoulders. So just making that shorter has helped a ton. And I'll just show you guys how I do the mood log real quick, because this has been so good. Okay, so I do my cubbies here for my current project support materials. This top left cubby is like personal stuff, like my personal goals, things that I'm working on, my personal health. I have like one for my sleep. Okay, but this, I'll show you this one. This is my folder for my mood logs. So I have, that's how it's labeled. Just all these little faces. Okay, and then what I do is I have daily mood logs in here, and I put, hoping I'd have a blank one because I don't want to share all my mood logs. Oh, here we go. This one doesn't look super good. I photocopied it from the book. I think they have printouts online of them as well, but I just took a photocopy from the book, When Panic Attacks by David Burns. So good. But he has this little blank mood log. And so what I actually do is I fill it out. You like identify your emotions, your thoughts, and there's a whole process to it. And then I keep my mood logs in here as I go. But that way, when I can sit down and identify, why am I stressed? It's typically because our thoughts are creating some of that stress. Then I can figure out the distortions, and 100% of the time I feel better when I'm done with the mood log. Okay. So hopefully that can be helpful too. Okay, a question just came in that said, I like systems, but I seem to have too many systems all trying to override each other. Then it gets confusing and I tend to end up not doing anything because of that perfectionism ingrained in me. Okay, I totally get it. And I think even here at Learn to Become, I may be contributing to that problem because I'll share lots of ideas like, oh, here's what this author says, or here's what this one says, or here's how it works. I do have multiple systems that work together, but the goal is if you ever start to feel overwhelmed by them, you just pull back and simplify. So for example, and I'll just share briefly how I do it. Like I have my step system, which is the foundation, where I've got the calendar, the routines list, next actions list, all my projects, my whole system behind me, and all the things have a place in step. But I also have like morning routines where I go into Evernote. I do the create your day process. If you came to our initial webinar, or I think it's inside your program as well, it's called Create Your Day. I do it in Evernote. I have the questions and I kind of plan out my day, thinking through not just the tasks, but how am I building relationships with my family? How am I taking care of myself today, spiritually, physically, mentally? What's my daily schedule looking like? I just take some time to evaluate that. I also do that Streaks app that I've been talking about a ton. I do it all the time. So like this is my app for today. I added on nutrition because I've been tracking nutrition more carefully. But I'm on like day, 68 right now, Pilates and all that, 69, day 10 of nutrition. So I like this. I kind of use this throughout the day. So these are kind of like a lot of different little systems and routines together. If you've built your step command central, you should just be able to build these into like the routines or the calendar. You don't want things competing. So I would say let's consolidate. But if it fuels you, it's a good thing. If it weighs you down, I would evaluate. Okay. Because there's a way to make it feel so good. Like I feel zero stress over my routines, but I'm learning how to really get good habits in place, and I feel excited. So if you get to the point where you're feeling excited, you're like, okay, now we're cooking. Okay, so that's the goal there. All right, so I'm going to share my screen again and just show you the different options of how you could do the stabilizing mechanism. If you are looking at these things that I put together and you're like, oh yeah, that's what I want too, then you can just print that one out. And we have it either with the things on the side right here, or just, by itself. So you could print it any size, have it. You could do it in a sheet protector and use a dry erase marker to check it off. You could just have it like how I have mine in my planner, printed small and just kind of look at it. Okay, you don't have to check it off. But you could make it into something on Evernote where you do check it off, or you could put it into something like a Streaks app. That could work for you too. And then we have down here, stabilizing mechanism if you just want to make your own. So we shared in the podcast, and I'll come over and click over to it. We shared a bunch of awesome things that were discussed in the Facebook group. It's right here, all these quotes. So the people in the group, you guys, we asked you, what do you do to take care of yourself? And you can go find the whole conversation. It's awesome. It's in Facebook there. Maybe Taryn, if you can find it and you want to link to it there, then people can go back to that conversation, and we can link to it later too, but so good. So things like candles, like, oh, I totally have a candle I've been putting on my desk. Great idea. Music. Oh, so great. Just in turning on a good song. I love that. I mean, these are things I thought, oh yeah, I should have that on. Can I have like bonus ones? For us, it's shoulder massages. Like I was a massage therapist. I got trained in Swedish massage when I was like 21. And then we have a massage chair, we have a massage table, and I've been teaching my kids how to do massages. So my boys are really good at giving massages. So they've been giving massages like every day. They're so nice. They like earn extra screen time when they give me massages, or like watch a show while they massage. Anyway, they've been so nice to do that for me. So that's been super fun. But the people in our community, so many people contributed beautiful things like spending time with my horse or painting, eyelashes, love that, self-care. I mean, it was great. So we have all of these on the podcast on episode 85. So hopefully that can be helpful for you. But yes, I would like for you to go look through the stabilizing mechanism and make something that's your own. And then I actually communicated this with my husband as well, and just said, this is what I need if I'm ever in a bad mood. So there was one day that I was really struggling and kind of snapping at him, and he went and like looked at my stabilizing mechanism. He's like, okay, she needs sunlight, sleep, some water. So he got me like some water. It was sunny outside, but a little bit cold. So he went and got like a pillow and my warm blanket and had me like sit outside. He's like, here, let me take care of you. So sweet, and typically I try to like take care of myself so he doesn't have to like tell me what to do. But it is helpful when your family can do that and can help out. So I love that.